And when some there had kindled a fire in the middle of the courtyard, and had sat down together, Peter sat down with them.
While Peter was below, sitting out in the courtyard, one of the servant girls of the high priest came by. When she saw Peter warming himself, she looked closely at him.
"You aren't one of this man's disciples too, are you?" she asked Peter.
"You also were with Jesus of Galilee," she said.
This man was with him.
"You also were with that Nazarene, Jesus," she said.
But he denied it before them all. "I don't know what you're talking about," he said.
"I don't know or understand what you're talking about."
I don't know him.
Then Annas sent him bound to Caiaphas, the high priest.
Those who had arrested Jesus took him to Caiaphas, the high priest, where the teachers of the law and the elders had assembled. The chief priests and the whole Sanhedrin were looking for false evidence against Jesus so that they could put him to death. But they did not find any, though many false witnesses came forward.
Many testified falsely against him, but their statements did not agree.
Simon Peter was standing there warming himself.
Then he went out to the gateway.
A little later, someone else saw him and said, "You also are one of them." "Man, I am not."
Another servant girl saw him and said to the people there, "This fellow was with Jesus of Nazareth." He denied it again with an oath, "I don't know the man." Finally, two came forward and declared, "This fellow said, 'I am able to destroy the temple of God and rebuild it in 3 days.'" Then the high priest stood up and said to Jesus, "Are you not going to answer? What is this testimony that these men are bringing against you?" But Jesus remained silent.
"We heard him say, 'I will destroy this temple made with human hands, and in 3 days will build another, not made with hands.' Yet even then, their testimony did not agree. Then the high priest stood up before them and asked Jesus, "Are you not going to answer? What is this testimony that these men are bringing against you?"
The high priest said to him, "I charge you under oath by the living God. Tell us if you are the Messiah, the Son of God." "You have said so,"
"I am,"
Jesus replied. "But I say to all of you, from now on you will see the Son of Man sitting at the right hand of the Mighty One and coming on the clouds of heaven." After a little while, those standing there went up to Peter and said, "Surely you are one of them. Your accent gives you away."
One of the high priest's servants, a relative of the man whose ear Peter had cut off, challenged him. "Didn't I see you with him in the garden?" Again, Peter denied it.
After a little while, those standing near said to Peter, "Surely you are one of them, for you are a Galilean." He began to call down curses, and he swore to them, "I don't know this man you're talking about." Immediately, the rooster crowed the second time.
And the Lord turned and looked at Peter.
Then Peter remembered the word Jesus had spoken to him. "Before the rooster crows twice, you will disown me 3 times." And he broke down.
And he went outside and wept bitterly. Then the high priest tore his clothes and said, "He has spoken blasphemy. Why do we need any more witnesses? Look, now you have heard the blasphemy. What do you think?" "He is worthy of death," they answered. And they spit in his face and struck him with their fists.
They blindfolded him and
Slapped him and said, "Prophesy to us, Messiah. Who hit you?"
they said many other insulting things to him.
And the guards took him and beat him.